So think about a really big income goal for you. Just a major stretch goal. Like let's say over the 5 year time frame. So 5 years from now, where do you want to be at in your yearly income? So think about, just and give yourself permission to think really big. So this isn't like a reasonable thing. Just think really big. Okay. Now imagine what your life would be like if you gave that amount of money, that huge sum, if that was the amount of money that you gave away, that you gave to nonprofits, that you gave to charity each year. I mean, it'd be pretty crazy. What would that, and I'm not talking about sacrificing to do that. I'm talking about having the income that you could do that. I mean, it's pretty crazy, right? Well, I actually went through this process of setting really huge goals. Like when I first started my business, it was in 1996, so it was a long time ago. And back then I sat down and I'm like, what are the biggest goals I could think of? And they were for income, they were for cars and homes and whatever. And so my huge stretch, the biggest I could think of at that point was an income of $100,000 per year. Now, we've talked about money before in these videos, and everyone has their own frame of reference, and everyone's different. So for some people, $100,000 is like an insane amount of money. And for others, it's really not that much. It's like a step back. But $100,000, that was my huge stretch goal at that time in 1996. And frankly, I think if you look worldwide, where that would put you, in the income, it'd probably be I'm willing to guess, worldwide it'd be in the top 1%. So, I mean, it's a pretty significant number. Well, last year at my PLF Live event, that's my premier event that I do once a year, we raised over $120,000 over that 3-day event for a nonprofit, for World Teacher Aid, to build a school in Kenya. In fact, I am just really excited because very soon, in just a couple of weeks, I'm going to be flying over to Kenya along with my wife, and we're basically going to be there for the grand opening of this school that we built. I mean, it's just, I just have to pinch myself. I'm so excited about going to Africa and seeing what we were able to build. This is an 8-room schoolhouse, 8 rooms plus administrative offices and everything. There'll be 400 students a year going to this school. And it's because we created this fundraiser, and we raised enough money to build the entire school. How cool is that? Back in 1996 when I started, it was $100,000 was the biggest I could think of for my personal income. And here I am, creating this fundraiser that raised over $120,000 to build this school. It blows me away. And I want to be clear, I didn't give all that money. I gave a big chunk of money, but I didn't give all that money. It was my entire PLF community. But I created that impact. I created that event. I created that environment. And I was able to put this together and create that impact to actually build an 8-room schoolhouse. I mean, it just blows me away. So how did I get there? How did I go from this point of having this ultimate dream for income, and then now being able to give that amount of money, or create the fundraising to give that amount of money in a year? In fact, we did it in a few days. And I just look back at this journey. It's been a crazy journey for me. It's been 20 years or almost 20 years since I first started my business. And all along the way, it's just been a matter of just continually raising my expectations and just learning to think bigger. I mean, it's been a nonstop process right from the very beginning of learning to think bigger. When I got that first subscriber, and then, I just wanted to get to 100 subscribers, and then I wanted to get to 300 subscribers, and then 600, and then 1,000, and then I wanted to create a product, and then I wanted to make my first $10,000, and I struggled that first year, made $10,000 in that year, and it took me several years to get to that $100,000 level. But it was just always learning to look around and look for models for me. Because it's hard to just completely create something, conceptualize it in your brain and go and create it. So I always looked around and looked for models. I mean, who was one step further ahead than me? Who had the next level business? Who had the next level website? Who had the next level, level of subscribers? who had the next level type of event. And it was just a matter of continually stepping up. It was growing my knowledge, my business knowledge, my marketing knowledge. It was growing my team, which it took me forever to start doing that. I mean, like forever to start growing my team. But it was about growing my mental game. It was about growing my thought processes, growing my skills, looking around, saying, who can I model? And as I look at this, sometimes I say, to what end? To what end do I want to keep on growing this thing? For me now, it's about impact, and that's my path. Your path might be different. Everyone's got a different yardstick they're aiming at. But what I've noticed is that the people who are always looking to have a future larger than their past, to grow the game they're playing, to raise the game, to up level their game, those are the people that I've noticed are the most fulfilled, the happiest, the most productive. So it's an interesting path. I mean, the path I'm on is one of never-ending growth, and I think since you're watching this video, I would imagine you're in the same place. You might be all about growing your income right now. I know for a long time I just wanted to make money. I wanted to support my family. I wanted my wife to be able to come home and be with the kids. Then I wanted to, be able to move out into the mountains. Here I am in the mountains. I wanted to move to, I'm in Durango, Colorado, sort of my dream hometown. And, I wanted to be able to afford to live here. And then I wanted to have a lifestyle where I could travel and take my family with me and give my kids amazing experiences. But then at some point, it shifted from income when my business had grown and my income had grown. For me, it shifted to creating an amazing lifestyle and then creating an impact. So there's lots of different yardsticks you can have, but how are you going to raise your game? And how are you going to have a future larger than your past? And frankly, I consider that my job is that when I look at my clients, I always just want to be one step ahead of them in terms of thinking about where they're going, how they can have a big future, how they can continue to up-level their game, how they can raise their game. So yeah, I just invite you, how can you raise your game? Where are you going? Where are you going to be in 20 years? This isn't about where you're going to be next week or next month or next quarter, even next year, but 20 years from now, are you going to be able to take your ultimate dream income and give that to a nonprofit or a charity? I mean, I'm not saying should be everyone's goal, but how cool would it be if you had so much extra bounty in your life, extra abundance in your life, where you were able to do that? So I'm Jeff Walker. If you're watching this anywhere else besides at my blog at jeffwalker.com, head on over there. That's where all the goodies are. That's where we're releasing videos. And hit that thumbs up button, or if it was a lame video, hit the thumbs down button. Like my page, subscribe to my YouTube channel, scroll down, leave a comment, and let's go get them this week.